Alright, there we go. It's about time. It's about that time. I gotta check a message here real quick. What do we got? Alright. Alright. Sunlight, hey. I'm a few minutes late. I'm sorry. I couldn't decide what to do, but I finally figured it out. Um, so I picked me up my Volvo here. We are in Plainview, Texas. And I'm going to try to find something that's going to get us up to, well, either 70 or 80. Crap, that's further north than I was thinking, isn't it? Alright, you know what? We'll go north first, and then we'll go west. How about that? I didn't say whether it was going to be east and west across the U.S., or if it was just going to be north and south. So technically, I can still be right. But anyway, so I wanted to try to pick something. This is a very big map. I love it. Except for some reason, I can't get very far loads. Well, that one goes over into New Mexico, but I'm trying to stay in the new-ish area. I don't want to go east either. I want to go west is what I want to do. Or do I? Or do I? I don't know. Maybe I don't. Because that just takes us back into the old map. Maybe I do want to go east. So here's something I actually do have a question about. I haven't been able to figure out yet. This slider for preferred job length, is it to the right that is further away, or is it to the left that's longer distance? Like right further distance or left longer distance? Because if I put it to the right and then I go here and I go G job distance, it's a smaller value, right? And if I go like over here and I do a G job distance, the value is greater than 1, which would make me think that when the slider is to the left, the distance is greater. But yeah, I think that's also, I think you're right that it is supposed to be to the right. And yeah, it's really weird. Like, what if I just do this? Distance limit. Oh wait, why is there a limit? Maybe that's my problem. Why is there a limit? Hang on a second, this might be our problem. Okay, now I gotta sleep, I think. Set time. All the tricks up my sleeve. Let's go 14, 23, back to the same time, but the next day. 24 hours should reset the market pretty good. Yeah, it does. I don't know if I mean it could be that the smaller value does mean greater distance, and it seems to be that that's the case. That's working a lot better now. Maybe we should just go to Norfolk. Maybe we should just drive across these states because I haven't really done that kind of route yet. So maybe we'll go east. Which is funny because I actually used to live like right here. Spoiler alert. Not really because that's my past. But we go right by DC. I think I'm actually going to do this. And this is real life distance. 93 miles. Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know that these areas of this map, which by the way is called Coast to Coast, it's on the SCS forums. You can find it under the mods map section. Excellent job, and people are starting to pitch in actually. So like you see all these dots right around here on the Texas area. That was another individual who contributed to the map as a community effort, and like put a lot of detail in here. And someone's also doing Colorado, which is awesome because that's where my home state is right now. I think Manfred, who's the main developer of the map originally, at least, did the Florida area, I think, which looks really nice. It's really nice to drive down there. And I don't know who did Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia. I think Louisiana is a little more detailed as well. Uh, and then it kind of driving across here though. I did a lot of this, a lot of Interstate 10 across like the bayou. or whatever you want to call it, where you like kind of like drive over like a very long bridge. It's pretty cool. Your internet left you. Uh-oh, did it come back? So I think I'm gonna go. Well, let's see what else we have. We have back to Florida. Oh, Rochester. That is really funny. Oh, I'm actually really tempted to do that though too. That's where my that's where my parents live up around that area. Oh, you know what? Ah, do I want to or do I want to do Norfolk? The question is how detailed is the map around this region? It's not going to be super detailed. But if we did, for example, try to go back into the original map, where would it take us? It looks like along 70. Oh, up past Salt Lake into Idaho. I'm so torn. Should I go east or should I go west? I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with the original thing I picked, and put some household appliances in my refrigerated trailer. We're going big or going home here. So we'll go to Norfolk. Am I in the right spot? No, I gotta go over to the neighboring town. Or town. Depot. Alright, let's go. So I do have a sound mod here. That was also on the forums. I'm like heavily loaded with mods now, of course. This is the SES truck though. I was driving the newer 860, which is a truck mod. I'm going to hit that. Oh, that was close. But those usually come in automatic, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go with the stock truck, an older Volvo, which would more likely have a manual transmission in it. So I picked the older generation 780, which is still very common here in the U.S. actually. And I put an 18-speed Eaton transmission in it. Oh, that did not work out at all. Uh-oh. Do I not have high range? Oh no. Rip. What's going on with my shifter? It's dead. No, seriously. Oh, maybe I don't have it, let's see. Do I have it selected? No, I don't. Oh, that would be a problem. Oh, look at that. It's not in here at all. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, maybe Input Wizard. Come on. Let's see if that detected it. No. Huh. Oh, I may have found out why. So the map scale is the same as the stock map, which I think is 1 to 20. Hang on, I'm gonna alt tab out of here real quick to see what the heck is going on with my. Yeah, it's not detected. It's not detecting it at all. Oh no. Wait. There, now it is. Okay, let's see if... So the game should have just detected it. I think it just flashed up. Yep, there it is. I think this thing's starting to go. I have not very good feelings about this thing. And I know that CSIO has not had the best track record with customers, customer relations. I don't even know if they're selling this anymore. I've kickstarted this specific shifter, but there's another one out there now that I would go to if I were in the market for a truck shifter. I would not give my money to CSIO because I've just heard nothing but horror stories ever since they got really popular. I don't know if they just didn't realize what they were getting themselves into or what, but it's just not good. I'm adjusting my mirrors here real quick because they're not pointed in quite enough. I like having them swung out as far as I can just to get a wide angle, but sometimes then you can't see the trailer either, so it's a bit of a trade-off. but I could just shift the first gears in. I was able to do low range, so I had the first 4, but I needed this switch, the range switch, to get to my higher range. So I was stuck going like 20 miles an hour. And when I went to go back to when I went to go back to first gear, quote unquote, and go into high range, I went back to first gear. Oop. My depth perception apparently is a little off tonight, because I usually actually lately I've been playing this with Oculus Rift, but that would look a little funny to viewers, so I don't know. If I were to do this game in VR and stream it, I would probably set up the screen to have some information on it, because the actual game frame would only be like half the screen. Because I wouldn't want to replicate, because what it actually shows on the monitor when I'm playing in Oculus Rift is two. It's like split down the middle of the screen, individual like frames, and it's like one for each eye, you know. So I have no idea if I'm in line with this or not. It does not look like it. What is going on? Well, I kind of am. I'm just taking it a little too wide. These mirrors have the weirdest, like, angle or field of view. It's a little wonky. It's a little too wide of a field of view. I think it's because I actually... So the stock mirrors for this SES Volvo, they're a little bugged. At least if you use physics mirrors, which I have enabled, they're supposed to give a more realistic field of view, but I don't think this truck was made for them, honestly. But there's a mod out that fixes them somewhat. The main problem that I was having with this truck and the mirrors is that it just would not, the mirrors would not go out far enough at all. You saw like half the truck, or the truck would take up half the mirrors. And I can move over a little bit more, but that's fine. In the interest of time, we were just going to have them load it crooked. But yeah, considering that this truck was supposed to come, you know, ship with the game originally, but then there were licensing issues. It plays out just fine in this game, you know, in early 2019, so, or it was released in late 2018, so it's not bad. Alright, do I want to go this is the way I came in. I think what I'm going to do here, actually, is just hit up the interstate. Do some real OTR driving here, which is just hitting up all the interstates. So we'll see how this goes. This is going to be 90 some miles. I actually might change now. No, it's still 93. 93 miles. It says, well, as I stall my engine, it says 2 hours to get there, but I'm going to stick to the speed limits. So as I go east, I'll slow down a little bit, but out here I'm going to be doing like 70, 75 miles an hour. So that the 18 speed will really help with that. So the engine won't be screaming going, you know, interstate speed down the highway, so. But I do like this. I like this engine sound. It's supposed to sound like a D13. It sounds very similar in it, as it should, to the European Volvo FH counterpart. It's a similar engine, although they sound a little different in the US, mainly because of the exhaust, as I was reading and learning. The exhaust setup is very different. Enough to make it sound different, even though the engine itself is very similar. Hey, Dirt Tracker, how's it going? Oh, now we're gonna be stuck behind this dude. So we were just checking out. This is kind of what I do. in single player. So we're on the coast to coast map. We got our mods going here with engine sounds. Oh, he's gonna stop. Oh, well, I guess he should stop because there's no merge lane. I would just make them stop on the highway, honestly. I would just pull right out and What is that guy doing? Hey, call me K-Live. That is an accurate statement. This is American Truck Simulator. So welcome. I'm doing pretty good there, Tracker. Just got off of holiday vacation after New Year's Day, so I started working again yesterday, so yeah, it was bittersweet, like it always is. Are we gonna finally go? I like how the left lane is slowing down, but not the right-hand lane. Dude, are you not going? What are you doing? Oh, come on. I'm just gonna make them stop. Alright. Since there's no merge lane, we'll also play unrealistically. Sorry, buddy. You snooze, you lose. I even got the right things to play. Oh yeah, I got the whole setup, man. This is like my hobby. So I got the truck shifter in addition to the Logitech shifter. So it's got the whole split on it. Yeah. I'm actually going to be going pretty much as fast as them anyway, because we have a long way to go, and I ain't got time for that, so... So yeah, so with the 18 speeds, I will be screwed for gas mileage, but it's a truck anyway. But at least I can go a little bit faster than just a 13-speed transmission. Yep, I went with ATS. Yeah, it's kind of like real life too, you know, a truck will pull out in front of you and then you gotta sit behind it and wait. It's so funny. It's like, when I'm in the game, I like get so mad at the AI. And then in real life, I get so mad at the trucks. But yeah, so now we're like out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, so it's gonna be really exciting. When we start getting towards the Midwest, I think it's actually, we might even lose the vegetation because that part of the map hasn't been developed much yet. So it'll be almost like what I did driving through Kansas when I moved out here. It's just nothing. These cars, I feel the AI are going to screw me over here any second. Okay, K-Live. Well, thanks for stopping by. I guess the speed limit went back up again. I don't know why these AI are taking their sweet time. Oh, now it went down again. That's at 60. So now we're back to 60. Oh, you know what? I don't have one of those numbers on the back of my trailer that you can call. You can't call my boss, so... But you could call the police, I guess, like you were saying. Oh gosh, we're stopping. Oh, we're stopping. Ah, I love the AI. Yeah, it's kind of like real life, right? Come on, guy. Come on. So this is our first change of highway, so actually we're going to be on this one for a while. So we're going to Interstate 40 now, near Amarillo, Texas. Actually, we're just going around it, and it's over that way yonder somewhere. Let me in, let me in. Whoop. Tickled that gear. The last time a car was passing... Oh, don't text and drive, people. Reading while driving. The last time a car was passing us on the right side and 5 kilometers later they had an accident. Ooh. It's like those videos that I see on YouTube sometimes where like a guy will be like a real jerk driving and then like 30 seconds later is the one who wrecks. I mean, it's unfortunate. Sometimes it's just karma. We're going to be catching up to all these other AI trucks because they do not go as fast as the AI cars. Yep, this truck is going too slow. Okay, come on. It's like real life, they don't get out of your way. Alright. Now that I lost all my momentum, I'm going to block the left lane. And piss off all the cars behind me. Hi, fellow Volvo. I should use the air horn. That's another thing I like about this sound mod, is there's actually, on the trucks in real life, a city horn that sounds like a car horn, you know? Just a regular honk, and then you have a separate air horn, so... You can use one when you're really mad at someone, and then another one if you're only a little bit mad at them. Yeah, block it like a real truck driver. You know, so when I was on vacation last week, we had to travel maybe 4 or 5 hours to the extended family to visit, you know, and it was like every time we passed like a truck behind another truck, at least they waited for us to pass, but then they you know, came out into the left lane to try to pass the truck that was to their right, and I think they like screwed over the cars behind them for like 10-15 minutes because it took that long for the truck to get around the truck that was going like half a mile an hour slower. And like if I don't know, I think it's easy for me to say because I'm not a truck driver, but if I were the truck in the right-hand lane and I saw someone trying to pass me, I wouldn't be the asshole and just sit there, keep, you know, going as fast as my truck physically can go. I would slow down a little bit to let them pass so you don't, you know, so you don't have to screw over all the cars that want to pass by in the meantime. Because they're going faster anyway, right? Like, once they pass, they're going to be out of your way. But, like, every time I see a truck passing another truck, like, the guy on the right will not back down. At all. And then they get to a hill, and then they slow down. Yeah, I could lose some beer bottles. Maybe that would speed me up a little bit, lose a little bit of weight. Or better yet, I can just, like, carry a load of helium balloons. And have, like, a negative weight for cargo. I wonder if that would, like, improve the fuel mileage at all. You know, less weight on the trailer. Like, that would be, like, the best load to carry, because it'd be so light, you wouldn't have to slow down. And then if you wanted to talk funny, you could just pull out a balloon from the trailer. Oh yeah, getting out into the real Texas here. I guess you can call this the Texas countryside. Or would this be the range? What do they call it? Okay, Dude, you're screwing me over. Move. Woo! I was not expecting them to be braking there. I got lucky. Yeah, nah, they probably would not store the balloons inflated, but that would be great if they did. This is starting to kind of look like, oh, what is that? Is it called bus driver or? No, desert bus, right? Which is supposed to be a quote-unquote bus simulator. And it's like, you're literally the only vehicle on the road, and you're going straight for like 8 hours. At least there's stuff to look at here. If it's not scenery, it's at least a bunch of other cars. And I'm also using a traffic mod that supposedly makes the traffic levels more realistic. Although I don't know how many people would really, if there would be really this much traffic driving across Texas right now. I think at least a couple people have done charity runs with Desert Bus. Oh, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't think there's anyone behind me. Not yet. Oh. There's someone kind of behind me. But everyone is just going so slow. I am cruising pretty good though. This is we're making good time at least. With absolute shit gas mileage, but that's expected. Oh yeah, so apparently that's Clinton, Texas? Or are we in Oklahoma now? I don't know. I didn't see the state sign. I think we're still in Texas. I think El Reno's also in Texas. Texas is massive, so. Yeah, there's a Desert Bus right there. They also made a VR version of Desert Bus. I think it's actually the sequel, right? It's Desert Bus 2. I think it's VR only, or maybe they just allow you to do it in VR. But I watched NerdCube do that one. I couldn't bear to watch it, you know, straight through, but there were some funny bits in it. All right, we got traffic up here. Slow down a bit. All right, dude. Yeah, they finally found the gas pedal. There they go. Yeah, these trucks right here, these ones with the glass panes on the side of them, drive me up a wall. SES made them so they deliberately go quite below the speed limit, and I don't know why every single one does. I wish they had variety where like the same car would go different speeds for each instance. I guess that guy was going a little too fast. Got pulled over. But yeah, there is a VR version that was quite entertaining to watch. I don't have the cruise set right here. There we go, let's try that. It's definitely a lot of traffic though. Look, I mean, Interstate 40, I guess, is a pretty popular east-west route if you're staying towards the south. Yeah, these trucks right here have some weird thing going on with their tires where they're missing a texture. It's like bright red. I think I just have an outdated version of a traffic pack that I'm using right now. That somehow isn't crashing. But yeah, this is, when I'm not doing multiplayer, I definitely use a share of mods in these games, so. Oh, we're down to 70 now. That stinks. We'll back it down to like 73 so that Smokey doesn't bother us. Immersion red pixel. I mean, it's especially funny to see that in VR. Like when I'm playing this with Oculus, it's like that it breaks the immersion. All right, I need back over already. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, it turned green really fast, didn't it? Oh yeah. I guess we're in Oklahoma now. Apparently the speed limit went back up again. It's interesting. Well, I guess we'll go back up too. We gotta get these home appliances to Norfolk as fast as possible. Which I guess would mean faster than the speed limit, but I know we gotta exit here anyway. Jake, break it. Ah, love that sound. Especially whenever it rolls through town at 3 in the morning. And it wakes up everybody. Yeah, we're starting to move into an older part of this map mod now where... I mean, at least they designed the highways so that you can't like just look off the edge of it, right? Which it was actually a pretty smart idea. So there's really just your basic trees along the highway here. I guess for a while. We'll have to see as we delve further to the northeast or east-northeast whether there's any change in detail. But I tell you, the parts in the map where people have contributed and actually really doctored it up, because they were able to focus on smaller areas, because this is the whole U.S. we're talking about, so it's like insane to try to detail it. It takes a lot of time. But those areas that people have been able to contribute to this mod and detailed up look really nice. Very nice. Look at this guy, he's just driving right alongside me. It's going the same exact speed. See, this is also like real life. Every time I come up to a car, I have to slow down because there's someone right next to me who will not get out of the way. You know the simulator's doing a good job if you get pissed off at the computer. Just keeping track with them. I'm surprised that this traffic mod that I'm using, I'm surprised it doesn't have them go faster, because there are some mods out there that actually make the AI, like, they try to make it more realistic by, you know, some of them will speed up. No one drives the speed limit. I mean, some people do. The trucks are more likely to than the cars. But some of the mods, like, make the cars go ridiculously fast and completely insane. Oh, that's a sharp turn. Whoa! Alright, just saved it. Oh, we're like leaning hard around these corners. Oh. That was a surprise right there. And apparently I have to take this exit. Oh, pardon me. Coming through. Don't mind me. There's no speed limit? Is that the Autobahn or is that somewhere else? Oh, okay. I hope there's no one in the left lane here, because I am totally coming over. Oh. Excuse me, you dumb AI. Autobahn? Yeah. You know, at least, it seems to me, at least from watching YouTube videos, that people are generally good at getting out of the way on the Autobahn. Okay, so we're in Oklahoma now. It's Tulsa, Oklahoma is what we're passing by now. So what I've seen is that, you know, people will go as fast as their car can go and put it on YouTube, and what I've seen is that people in front, you know, in the left lane, the passing lane, will get out of the way very quickly. Like, they'll see you approaching, or you can put, what is it? You're supposed to put your left signal on, right? And then that's the indication that you want to pass, and they're supposed to get out of the way if they're in front of you, right? I think that's how it works. But yeah, I guess it really does depend on the day and the phase of the moon. If it's a full moon, then you're probably shit out of luck. But it's interesting. I mean, here in the U.S., everywhere, in a lot of places, I should just say, people are so bad at staying in the passing lane when they're not passing. And it drives me up a wall. I think it would drive just about anyone crazy. Oh, you should not do that? Oh, really? So is that actually not legal? You're not supposed to put your signal on? Huh. I thought that was actually a thing that you're supposed to do if you're gonna drive insanely fast on the Autobahn. But I guess it is, yeah, you don't want to leave a flashing light on. I mean, I guess only if you want to indicate the turn to change lanes. That's what the whole point of a turn signal or an indicator. But you wouldn't, yeah. I mean, people will flash their high beams around here too when they're upset at you, you know, and I guess, I don't know if you're supposed to, I guess, I don't know if there's a law against that or not. Okay, now, this perplexes me up here. This truck just got into the lane in front of me, but there's no one for him to pass. I don't know why they just got over. Oh, no, they moved back over again. Very interesting. Okay, so there is a law against it. Okay. That is interesting. Oh, is that a texture problem? No, that wasn't a texture problem on the cement mixer. Oh, yep, but the spare tires have texture. Oh, all over them. Like a beer truck. Woo! Or a beverage truck, I guess, more generally speaking. Yeah, I mean, I guess the videos that I've seen also weren't, you know, it was car enthusiasts, so they weren't exactly abiding by the law either. I mean, the speed wasn't the problem, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think there are some areas in the U.S. too where there are technically no speed limits. I could be wrong, but I feel like I read that there are, I forget what state it would have been, but it's just up to your discretion what speed to go, which is basically the Autobahn. And, you know, you would think that, especially out west where the roads are really straight forever and ever, that they wouldn't care to have a speed limit, but they still do because the roads get too rough to the point that if you are going too fast on the road, you know, even though you don't have to turn, you could like hit a pothole or you could hit a bump the wrong way and it would just throw your car off balance. Oh, the speed limit's 70 now. I'm just gonna pass this cop casually. He won't care. This is funny. I'd get pulled over in a heartbeat if I did this in real life. What?
Do you see it on my forehead?
No.
I fell asleep on the pillow.
Oh.
There's stripes on it.
Nice. I am passing a police car.
Fun.
Oh, I am going kind of fast now. I guess they don't care. Okay, now I'm going a little fast. Apparently we're going down a hill. Ah. If you would like.
I want to tell him the word I know in German.
What's the word you know in German? Oh, the
one that you
phrase.
Can't say.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to mispronounce it.
The word is Verdammt, which my sister taught me.
Yep. K-Live approves.
Okay, I'm going to the gym.
Alright, have fun. Alright. Yeah, my fiance's sister teaches German, so... Oof, that was a little bit of a lag. Springfield? Hey, isn't that, is it Springfield that The Simpsons are based out of? I can't remember. I thought that it was a made-up city, but I can't remember. Yeah. So we're passing through the Simpsons' hometown. I've always, for some reason, thought that it was Springfield, Indiana? But I guess it's always... I don't know if there's a Springfield in another state. I'm sure there is. There's like always 2 or 3 cities with the same name in different states here. Like, for example, there's a... Oh, wait. I thought of a better example. There's like a California... I think it's in Pennsylvania. So there's a town called California in Pennsylvania, and that's even funnier because it's also the name of a state. But like the one I was thinking of was Rochester, because there's a Rochester, New York, Rochester, Minnesota. I don't know if there's like a third one or not. Then there are also cities that are like in the same name in 5 different states. The truck was just hanging out there in the passing lane. It's not usually the trucks that are bad at it. It's the cars that just sit in the fast lane. And you have to pass on the right. That's because you would probably get pulled over in a heartbeat if you were a truck driver and you were doing something annoying like that. I don't know, because in some states it's not technically illegal. I know here in Colorado, it has to be a certain speed limit before it becomes illegal to just sit in the left lane. And I think it's 65, or if the speed limit's higher than 55 miles an hour, then you have to move over if you're not passing. But if it's like 55 or below, which are a lot of the highways around here, then you can legally just sit there in the passing lane. It doesn't matter. You would piss everyone off, but it didn't matter. I thought that was That said Green Sun. I thought that was a state line that we were crossing, but I guess not. I just have more trees and rolling hills. It's just like when I drove across the Midwest. Is this the police car I passed earlier? It probably is. Breaker 19, we need cream donuts. I mean, if I were carrying donuts, I'm sure he would have pulled me over right now just to inspect the trailer. But I'm not. I'm carrying household appliances in a trailer that's mainly designed for carrying frozen food, but that's all right. In reality, the reefers are also used for non-perishable cargo as well, so they're pretty versatile. Alright, come on. Turn the cruise back on. There we go. So this is rest area with a state exit sign. How nice. Okay, I gotta get around this cluster. Nope, maybe not. He's not gonna let me pass him. How are you doing, far thing? I'm gonna be that truck that's gonna get stuck in the left lane because I'm gonna slow down going up this hill. See if I can downshift a little bit there. Yep, I'm that guy. I am that truck. I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Just came back from vacation after New Year's Day, so at least it's already Friday tomorrow, so that's the one nice thing I like. Whenever I take vacation, I don't have to start up again after vacation on a Monday. It's only a half week kind of deal, so. Alright, my backup to my passport was successful. Thanks, Windows. Oh man. Yeah, this is starting to feel like some real over-the-road driving here. And how long have we been driving? I don't even know. Probably only... Well, I've been streaming for 48 minutes, so I'd say about maybe half an hour. 35, 40 minutes I've been on the road. I feel like this is, yeah, definitely one of those older parts of the coast-to-coast map that will probably eventually be reworked. Definitely before SCS will make it across the US with all the states. But yeah, we're just we're hauling some good old toasters or something, which is funny because that's like my handle. So we're hauling household appliances to Norfolk, Virginia from Texas. So that's like halfway across the US. And this is just a map mod that extends the stock map for American Truck, which has California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and now Washington as the only states. And so the mod extends to all the states. It was a heck of a lot for someone to put together. But this one's been out for a while, and they've been enhancing it over the months, the years. So there are certain areas that look really cool. Then there are areas like this that are like remind you of what it's like to really be a truck driver. Alright, I think I'm gonna go to the left lane. I am like sandwiched between two police cars right now. There is a Crown Vic in front, and I think behind me is that SUV that I keep passing, and they pass me. Yeah, this map is really cool. I like it a lot. But it does after a while, you know, without the detail. It does get a little uh, stale. I don't know the right word. I guess a little boring, I guess I could say. But it really opens up the the amount of roads you can drive on, that's for sure. Okay, I'm getting passed up by a cop on the right, which is just great. Hopefully I don't have to change highways up here. Oh, I do at the next one, though. Alright, come on, please car past me so I can get over. Ever so slowly. Alright, I guess I'll back off. We're gonna go right over to the next one, because I have to take the next ramp, I'm pretty sure. Now we're in Illinois. The land of Lincoln, huh? Is that where Lincoln was born? Like, Abe Lincoln? Oh gosh. Well, this caught me off guard. Got brake checked by a police car that does not have a license plate on it. Maybe it's stolen. That's gonna take me another 2 years to get back up to speed. Alright, where is he? Is he in that lane? That's the lane I need to go into. Oh, yep, that's right. That's right. Back off, Jack. So one thing I don't like about, well, of course, the older parts of this map were made around the time the ATS was released, so it has the old interchanges where there's literally no merge lane at all. You just converge. And so you have to, like, hope there's not anyone coming. Yeah, Lincoln's birthplace. That's what I thought. Cool, cool. But yeah, it uses all the interchanges that don't exactly make sense. Like you would never see in reality a lane that just closes in like that, especially on an interstate. You might see that on like slower speed limit roads, like within a city. But someone would definitely have to yield. They would have a yield sign, but like. The states, each state release for American Truck Sim gets better and better. More realistic in the intersections and just the way the highways are shaped. Alright, K-Live, thanks for sticking around. It was good seeing you. Have a good night. We'll catch you again soon. Yeah, far thing. I definitely want to explore, especially while I'm living out west. I grew up on the East Coast, so I don't find it as exciting to drive over there because it's just so crowded. But out here, in Colorado, we want to visit a lot more places while we're out here before we move back to the east in a few years. It's pretty beautiful driving out here, really, around the mountains. I want to drive across the Rocky Mountains through a mountain pass eventually. I think we'll actually be doing that later this year, like late in the year, possibly around my birthday. We'll go up to check out Salt Lake City, Utah. So we'll be able to hit up some of the Rocky Mountains then. Last November, we actually went down to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I'll tell you, it's definitely, you drive through desert, so I got to experience some of that, where there's just nothing but sand and dirt. Hardly no trees, really. So it's pretty interesting whenever you get out into those areas where it's just so barren. So it's pretty realistic in American Truck when you're driving along and it's like there's nothing there. It's because there is nothing there. But yeah, I mean, I love driving in real life, which I guess makes sense why I like these truck sims, so. I just love road trips. looks like some road work up ahead. I do like these random road events that were recently added. The ones that are a pain in the neck are the detours, because they always screw you over. I guess I should slow down a little bit. I guess they would in real life though too, so. But usually, well, you know what? I don't know if a regular Garmin GPS would be able to reroute you and know about a closure. But usually phones like Google Maps and Waze will totally know. And it will totally reroute you around before you even hit the area that's closed. Unless it's like, I guess, an accident that just happened. But yeah, anyway, so you went to Null Arbor, 450 miles deep, 300 miles wide with no trees. Oh man. And that is Australia, right? Like, is that like the Outback? I've been watching Outback Truckers lately, and I really like that show. It's pretty cool because what's different with it than ice road truckers, I mean, other than the fact that the climate's a little different, just a little different. They change it up a little bit, and they show different drivers in different episodes and seasons, so it's pretty cool. So that's on the South Coast. Okay. Yeah, the Outback looks really brutal, like 50 Celsius temperatures, and is that like peak season temperatures? That's insane. And now I understand why the Australian trucks have air scoops that are like really high up on the truck. It's because it's just so dry and dusty in some areas that, I guess when it's not a wet season, that it gets so dusty that they have to try to keep so much dust from entering the engine, or otherwise your filter will clog up like every 10 miles. I guess I'll hang out in this gear because I'm climbing a hill slightly. $30 to $40 in summer. Yeah, it's kind of like some of the desert areas in the southwest are typically in that range. More closer to 30 than 40, but yeah, Arizona can get really hot in our summer season. Oh, wait, do we slow down again? Now we're at 65? What is this? Oh, we're heading towards the East Coast, that's right. Well, I guess I'll get better gas mileage now. Wait, winter can be 30 to 40? So like your winter season in like June, July, August can still get that hot, huh? Below 40 Celsius, below 40 for. Oh wow, it still stays pretty hot, but I guess it might get colder at night though. I mean, that's how deserts work in general. You know, they don't retain heat like I guess, especially urban areas are notorious for staying quite warmer than the surrounding area, especially in the wintertime. But like, yeah, like in the desert, there's nothing to absorb, you know, the heat from the day, so at night it can get really cold too. That's crazy. I guess we're down to driving at the AI truck speed level now. We're slowly catching up to this guy. We're gonna go around because we can. That's something else I really like about these engine sound mods, is that they include road noise, like tire noise. So that's like that's the stuff I kind of miss too in like the stock game. There's some of it, you know, it just it doesn't sound like I would expect it to, I guess. But I haven't driven in a tractor trailer on the interior. I just, you know, passing on the outside, you know, that high pitched whine sound that you get from the tires on the road. I could probably listen to that hum all day. Come on, Super Toast, why aren't you a trucker in real life? Well, if it didn't mean I'd have to be away for weeks at a time, then it might have influenced my career a little differently, but... Well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, I'm sure it gets monotonous if you're not talking to yourself, like if you're streaming. You know, staring down the road, popping caffeine pills. But the one thing that this game doesn't, you know, I mean, of course this is just a mod, but like even if you're out like in the middle of nowhere, like when I moved across country and I went through the middle of nowhere, Kansas, these people are killing me. There are still people that live out there in the middle of nowhere, you know, like they have a farm or, you know, I mean, that's pretty much all that's out there actually. So it's like their neighbor lives like 10 miles down the road or something like that. It's like, oh man, that would be crazy. But like, I actually found it really interesting driving across country and just coming up on those kind of areas, you know, where even though there's not a lot to look at, it's still interesting to think about that there are people that actually live out here in this kind of super rural setting. So that's what kept me from falling asleep while driving the U-Haul moving van out here. That and wind farms. Farms are huge in Kansas. Even in Colorado too, in the eastern part of the state. I always forget how massive these states are out in the west compared to the east. It's ridiculous. They're just giant squares on the map. Now we're in Kentucky. All right. Welcome to Kentucky. Hey, look, a hot air balloon. They're lost. They're supposed to be in New Mexico. Oh, we're back up to 70 now. Alright. I'll crank it back up. As I go the same speed as this AI, maybe I won't do that. Who knows what they decide they're going to do. They might decide to randomly change lanes. Yeah, music for sure. Especially, you know, turning the radio up. Rolling the windows down. Population 15. Holy cow. You know, yeah, I'm pretty sure we passed through farming towns like that too in Kansas where the population is definitely less than 100. It's crazy. There's a so they said there's a pub, a service station, a garage, and some containers that are like cabins. Oh man. Now that is very sparsely populated right there. That is, I couldn't do that. Was there any like cell service? I feel like there wouldn't be any cell network out there, mobile network. But I think there's also what is the town on the Dalton Highway in Alaska, which I've done a couple of streams on, which is also where a few seasons of Ice Road Truckers was filmed. There's a city like an hour or two north of Fairbanks, I think, where it's like population 10. And I think the only thing that's there is a way station. Oh, no, no, that one's not even that far north, though. I can't remember. But that's an interesting map to play on, too. Because there is quite literally no one. I mean, there might be, like, someone living in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. But, like, there's some interesting stuff on that map, too. Like, the furthest north, I think, spruce tree is what is marked along the Dalton Highway. And that is on the game map mod as well. So you actually drive north of the Arctic Circle up to Dead Horse. And that's where the population is pretty low, but not that low because there's a lot of... Well, you know what? Dead Horse might actually be a low permanent population. But there's an oil season where the workers that work up in Prudhoe Bay, which is a little bit north of Dead Horse, they'll actually, you know, live there for a few months at a time. It's just that's I think that's the Arctic Ocean up there. It's just crazy. Crazy cold, crazy dark in the winter, dark like 24 hours a day. But it's also sunny then, like there's sun like almost 24 hours in the day up there too, you know, north of the Arctic Circle, so. Oh, so they actually have 3G working up around there. Oh, that's good. So at least they're connected, right? I especially could not do that if I didn't have internet connection. Unless I were like born and raised, you know, out there without even seeing the light of the internet, then maybe I'd have a different opinion. But I could not go back to not having internet. No way. And now this is a really old part of the map where there aren't even any trees. Oh yeah. This is kind of like what Kansas looked like. There were some areas of trees and some rocks here and there. They don't even let you turn around now to go back. There's a guardrail there now. I wonder what kind of progress we're making. Dare I look? I would say after driving, so we've probably been driving about an hour now. The GPS was estimating that it was going to take us 2 hours to do this, but I'm definitely ahead of schedule. I don't know if the GPS in the game assumes that I'm going the speed limit or if it's a lower speed. I think it's a lower speed. Because I've been doing the speed limit the whole time, which is definitely been buying me time. I would guess it's in like another half hour, 40 minutes maybe. But man, this is like some serious old part of the map here. Yeah, this could put me to sleep if I were in Oculus Rift and not listening to music and not talking. But I'm good now. Put some viewers to sleep on the stream. It's very interesting that I'm like the fastest vehicle on this road, though. I don't think this is... I'd be getting past, like... In real life, there'd be cars going like 80, 85. There would actually also be trucks going pretty fast, too, I think. This is like so flat too. Oh man. At least there are some curves. Yeah, this is like my mojo though. Like, if I weren't streaming, I'd probably be cranking up the tunes. I know there are some. Oh, what's the word? Is it royalty free or is it well, stream friendly? I guess I'm looking. I forget what the short abbreviation of that is, but like stream friendly playlists that you can actually use. I know I think there's a Twitch channel or two that actually run those 24/7. You can just pick one of those to play in the background, which I've done a couple of times before. I was running short on time today. I didn't look for it. Yeah, royalty free to avoid copyright. Yeah. The idea is that you wouldn't get muted on Twitch for having copyright material, and if you do that too many times, then you get the boot. Alright, looks like we're coming up to West Virginia. I always like checking out these signs. They all look a little different. Wild, wonderful West Virginia. I don't think I've ever been in West Virginia. Definitely Virginia in real life. So I don't remember. I guess I haven't passed through here. You can't even tell the difference from Oklahoma. This is a really old part of this map mod. Holy cow. Yeah, West Virginia. Country Roads. That's a good song. Yeah. I mean, there are definitely some mountains here. Oh gosh. Hang on. People are gonna freak. Yep. Oh, poor guy. He's having a bad day. Well, there goes my momentum. That should be like the state song if it's not. Remember I was in West Virginia briefly when I was traveling, moving west. I'm trying to remember the order. It was really weird when we started out at first from Maryland, because we went into Pennsylvania, then we went into either Virginia or West Virginia, and then we went back into Pennsylvania before we went into Ohio, and it started making sense. Alright. This guy is not going to move in time. Come on. Come on, car. Ay. They need merge lanes on this map. That trailer was slightly overloaded, I guess. Alright, there's a... What is that up there? What city is this, I wonder? Charleston. Charleston, West Virginia. I know the Charleston in South Carolina, but I didn't know there was a Charleston, West Virginia. Look, civilization. Ooh. But we must carry on. Norfolk needs our toasters. Oh, I gotta change up here. Oh, I was trying to figure out what you were saying. Sunlight. Proteus, don't tell me what to do. That's right, if I'm running out of gas, I should drive as fast as possible to get to the gas station faster. How's it going? Welcome to the largest map mod for American Truck Simulator. I guess you can also put Canada and Mexico on there and it makes it even bigger though. So the largest US map for American Truck Simulator, how about that? Plus momentum gets you further. I know that firsthand from when I ran out of fuel like how many times when I was doing heavy haul in Euro Truck? Probably like 4 or 5 times. I think a couple of those times I actually made it into the gas station just by rolling in neutral. Just barely made her. Too many times, too many mistakes were made. Oop. Oh, 64, like, weird. So this is Interstate 64, and I'm gonna change onto 64 again. It, like, weirdly goes south and then east. I guess it kind of, at the end of the GPS there, it also kind of starts going south again. That's just weird to me, though. Usually interstates don't change direction for very long. They usually have one general direction, but anyway. I didn't design the US interstate system, so. Alright. I can't go too fast or I'll roll these toasters over. I don't want to lose them. What is it? What is it again? Oh, that's loud. Household appliances. There you go. And now we're out to nothing again. There would be a lot more trees here, really, though. I mean, West Virginia, Appalachians, definitely more trees. But like I was saying, if you go down towards like Florida, or if I would have stayed like in the Texas, Colorado area, like that has been built up very well by additional map modders, so eventually I'm hoping that it'll be detailed all over. They just haven't made it here yet. This is more so just so you can prove a point and say, hey, I drove all the way across from Texas to Virginia in 1:20 scale. And lived to tell the tale. Keep checking my map to see if I'm close. I refuse to look it up by hitting M. I must keep pressing on. The show must go on. Oh, you didn't just do that, did you, Mr. Bucket Truck? Commence road rage. Push him off the road. Has anyone seen that, oh, what was it? It was like a minute and a half long clip on YouTube of someone in GTA that had this mod on this truck. One of the tractor trailers in GTA 5 that like had, it was like on, you know what you see on the front of like locomotives, like what is it, cow catchers I think is what they call them. It's like it was just a container, I think, that was like a triangle shape, and they were just driving. Yeah, the ramp. It was like a ramp in front of the truck, and they were just driving on the opposite side of the road and sending the cars flying everywhere. And like at the beginning of the clip, like the truck just took off on a ramp and did like a 360 and landed perfectly. Or like detached the trailer, and then the trailer came back down and they reattached. That's such a great video. We're stuck behind this guy again. Nobody got time for that. That's a great video. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, you should look it up. I think it was like Amazon delivery, like GTA Amazon delivery or something like that. It's so great. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Sunlight. It's such a great. It's so great. Whoa! Another accident. I'm gonna cause another one. Ugh. It's like real life. Everyone just comes to a screeching halt. I think someone was hit up there. Yeah, that Escalade was hit up there. I don't even see what happened. There's not even like a, you know, a random event. They just crashed up here. Someone did a parody of it, adding commentary. I think I was talking about the one with the commentary. If that was just the video, showing the actual thing, yeah, I think there was one that was like a minute-long clip that was just clips of maybe that video, if that's the original. It was really funny. I haven't seen the original, though. I think I should try to look that one up. Man, now we're really stuck back here. Man, this is like heavy traffic, just like, real life East Coast USA. Annoying drivers. Really slow traffic. And slamming on the brakes out of the blue. I miss none of that when I used to commute over there. I gotta get over though. Oh, he's changing lanes anyway. Well, I guess I don't technically need to get over it. It just changes. Alright. Both lanes go around the loop-de-loop. That's a technical term. Actually, I'm going to cut in front of this car. Oh wow, they really slowed down though. Oh no. Oh, I screwed myself over here. Come on, truck. There we go. Found myself. I almost got stuck there on the hill. Oh, they really slowed down for this turn. Oh, both these lanes are there. No, I didn't have to get over. Alright, I can't do this. Are all these lanes merging? They are. Oh boy. Alright. I'm gonna block some traffic behind me. Seems like it's all trucks right now though, so I think I got this one out of the gate. Back to more grass and rolling hills. Yeah, this is really what, like, 18 Wheels of Steel Pedal to the Metal would look like, or Across America. But those were even smaller scale. What were those, like 1 to 50 or something? So I do, it's probably going to take like 20-25 years, but I do look forward to the day when American Truck Simulator is complete, if SES is still a company then, which I really hope they will be. Or whenever this map mod has been fully developed. It will never be fully developed, but whenever like more states get support from other developers and get actual vegetation, Because like I was saying, this is West Virginia or Virginia right now. There would be a lot more trees than 0. There would be more than 0 trees, that's for sure. That's a good point. This does remind me of like the old 18 Wheels of Steel series, which I played the crap out of. Oop. Well, we can probably figure this out just by looking at distance. 16 miles? Oh yeah, we're closing in now. Honestly, that should only take like 16 minutes. Because I am accounting for when I'm slowing down, so I'm going 70 miles an hour now, so... If I were going 60, it'd be minute for minute, but I'm going slightly faster, but we're going to be stopping in the city. I wonder if they did up Norfolk at all. I guess we'll see when we get there what it looks like. Because I can't remember what it looks like, or what it looked like in previous versions of this mod that I've played. Because there's a heck of a lot of road that I had never driven on in this mod. There's just so much, which is awesome. Definitely picked an old part of the map to be driving on, though, unfortunately. It feels like I could legitimately be driving through, like, Kansas or Wyoming right now. I see a little bit of haze or fog up ahead. I wonder if it's going to start raining. That's what that's looking like to me. But man, I used to play those 18 Wheels of Steel games so much. I have, who knows how many hours I have from 18 Wheels of Steel hauling and Pedal to the Metal. I played Convoy for a bit, which, the physics were so bad in those games, but it was the only thing we had in, like, the 2000s, so... I tell you what was pretty good, though, was Hard Truck. Hard Truck 2, King of the Road. I actually got that one after I started playing 18 Wheels of Steel, because I saw it on the shelf back whenever we actually had discs on the shelf. And then we actually had to put CDs in the computer to install the game instead of downloading from Steam. I saw that King of the Road on the shelf one day. It was actually just Hard Truck 2, I guess. I think King of the Road was like the European version, which was so much better than Hard Truck 2, because they released Hard Truck 2, I think, in both regions, but Hard Truck 2 was like an earlier version, and they like decided not to do King of the Road, at least as a main release in North America or something, which had a lot more features on it. Well, relatively speaking, it had a lot more features. Why are we slamming on our brakes? Come on. Come on, AI. But I used to play Hard Truck 2 so much as well, and I like wouldn't even... I think I actually just used the money cheat, and I would just drive around the circuit and like, well, hire all the drivers. That's what I ended up doing, and then I'd get a new profile and do the same thing, you know, with a different truck or something, and drive around the map over and over again, just hiring all the drivers. I just had so much fun doing that. Oh, I see a raindrop right on the windshield. I called it. It's gonna start raining. I like the new rain effects a lot. Except in this truck. Well, it seemed... Oh, no, this is the stock truck, though. Yeah, it seemed like they were going a weird direction there for a second. Yeah, they're kind of going, well, across the windshield. I guess that makes sense if it's curved. But yeah, you can kind of tell that this truck was, I mean, it looks, it's definitely SES quality, but it's like 2016 SES quality. I've been spoiled with the new Scania. I can't wait until the new models come out. I hope that licensing continues to go well and we see the new Cascadia, because I will drive the crap out of that truck. And the new Volvo if they get there, because we already know, obviously, Volvo has approved. We have an official Volvo truck now. So now all they need to do is make the new generation. I do have the mod for that, though, as I said at the start of the stream. Someone, I think the original modder's name was Frank. He made the original Volvo 860 mod. That is the current generation truck, which looks absolutely stunning. And then Gallum, I think is the name, spruced it up a bit because it was a little bit heavy because it had a lot of polygons. So it was a pretty heavy truck, and he cleaned it up a bit, fixed some of the bugs. And it's a very polished mod right now. I love driving that, and I was actually going to drive it for the stream, except I wanted to drive manual, and it's extremely rare to find one of those current generation Volvo trucks with a stick shift. US trucks are slowly starting to move towards manual transmissions as the majority. So it looks like we're oh, we're kind of getting... Oh, we have to hit up 95. Oh, boy. It's going to give me flashbacks. Interstate 95. I used to commute on that highway. It was so crowded. Not like California highway crowded, but close, because we lived around the Washington, D.C. area, which was very busy. It's turning green. Yeah. That looks, nice, nice. I wonder if this was redone at all. The trees, the vegetation look like they're from Oregon almost. I forget when I downloaded this version of the map. I think it was December. I think this one's December 12th, so that would have been after Oregon came around. Yeah, we definitely are backwards here. Where I mean, at least it's been that way, where most trucks are manual, most cars are automatic. But I think we're starting to move towards, especially a lot of the big fleets, a lot of the more popular truck companies have fleets of trucks that they're bringing in that are automatic. Just hand their new drivers automatics, you know. And it seems like it's heading that way, mainly for economy. But I still feel like a manual is still more reliable. And you get more miles on it before it gave you trouble, compared to an automated manual transmission, which is really what an automatic truck is. Fredericksburg, I just saw a sign for that. Interesting. Crossing over some other highway. Man, this is like kind of reminding me of where I used to live. Not exactly, but I guess I should put my side lights on. Oh, yep, hitting some traffic. We're gonna hit up the left lane. Yeah, eventually everyone's gonna have a Tesla truck, I guess. It'll all be self-driving. I do not look forward to the day where every car will be self-driving. It'll make me sad. I won't be able to drive anymore. I mean, it's great for safety, I guess. So it's great in terms of technology advancement, but growing up in a car where my parents drove and then learning to drive, like I wouldn't want to see that happen in my lifetime. Where every car becomes autopilot. And rain's really coming down. I think the AI actually also slow down a bit whenever it rains. Yeah, I would definitely... I would be pretty depressed if I couldn't drive anymore. I mean... I still feel like that's a ways out. I feel like that's like... I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it would happen in the next 50 years, but I could be wrong. I guess I gotta take this exit up here. I should probably, I guess I can go from this lane too. Oh, I should slow down. Because you're not really supposed to use Jake brakes in the rain. Probably also not supposed to drive as fast as I'm driving, but there's no hydroplaning simulation in the game, so... At least I don't... Maybe there is if you let the tires wear down enough. I think they do get slippery. I just never got to that point, I don't think. Yeah, if the world doesn't end before then, oh boy. It seems like we've come close to World War III quite a few times in the past decade, which is not good. So we're back on 64. So we're east of 95 now, so we're very east. We're actually really close here. These people are taking their sweet time in the rain. Which makes sense. I wonder if a truck is less likely to hydroplane than a car, or more likely. I feel like less because of the weight, but still can be prone to it, depending on the quality of the tire. Yeah, I was reading that actually even for the US was going to hit an economic recession possibly in the next couple of years. But also more surface on the wheel, right, so you can't dig in as much. I don't know. Is that how that works? Well, would you want thicker or thinner tires? Yeah, it's more likely, I think, for a car to hydroplane for sure. But with bald enough tires and enough determination, a truck can also hydroplane. Wow, this is actually going quite a ways out still, too. I think I just saw Norfolk start to pop up there on the GPS. Yep, oh, we're exiting already. Alright. Start slowing down. Oh yeah, really start slowing down. I hate these. Surprise exit. I love how fast the AI stop. They were a lot worse before. Is he turning? Just letting me go. Okay. I think that the AI was turning left back there. Now there's 2 lanes here anyway. I also, in American truck, unlike Euro truck, I float the gears, so I don't use the clutch pedal unless I stop. But for some reason in ETS2, I always just single press the clutch. There's like 2 techniques I use in American truck that I don't in Euro truck, and one of them is, like I said, float the gears, no clutch. Was it like a headlight use offense? Oh, I think it was. It just popped up. Ah, fine. That is correct, though. A lot of states in the U.S. require actual headlights on when it's raining, not just running lights. Wow, it's raining under the river too. I think that's what this is, an underwater, under river tunnel, the Norfolk tunnel. Yeah, through the bay. That's what I think. That's what that was supposed to be. And then over a bridge. Yep. Cool. On a much smaller scale than real life, because I've actually been on this stretch of highway before, where you go under the a barge crossing through the bay, and then you come up to the surface, and then take a bridge the rest of the way into Norfolk. Got some traffic up ahead. Yeah, I really like the sound mod with the tire sound, the road noise. It sounds very realistic to me, because passing these trucks in real life on the highway, you could hear the same tire whine outside, definitely louder, you know. It's kind of like that. It sounds pretty realistic to me. But I always butcher the user's name, but Creechbaum, I think, is how you pronounce it, makes excellent truck sound mods that I always use when playing single player. Sometimes they're a little bit loud, but his newer ones, oh yeah, even the newer ones can be a little noisy too, but they sound great. And he's been making some modern ones. Like, I think he made a Mac M11 or MP11, or MP8 engine sound, maybe? You guys gonna let me go, I guess? No, he's just gonna start driving. Nope, no you don't. They're all gonna let me go. Awesome. And I'll just assume the right lane then. Yeah, so that's why I usually sound mods. Actually, in Eurotruck, I think a sound mod sometimes is the only mod I use now that we have updated physics. It used to be just like sound and physics. If I wasn't using, you know, a map or a modded truck. Yeah, I probably could, because really it doesn't negatively affect other players. So I don't know why they don't allow. I mean, they would have to whitelist all the time if they were to allow certain mods. And they would have to figure out how to do it so that not everyone has to have that mod either, so. But, all that aside, a sound mod should be allowed in multiplayer. But I understand their limitations. It's just frustrating. Because if I were able to put sound mods in the game, I would do a lot more multiplayer, I think. Although, sometimes I do miss the car AI. Kind of takes away from the realism a little bit. But I do enjoy convoys and other actual players driving trucks, though. So, possibly next week, we might be doing some more Euro Truck multiplayer. Greg might be joining us again. This time with a profile that has money. I think I persuaded him, if he does do it again, to not try to actually play the economy in multiplayer, because it's just janked. It's jacked up in multiplayer, so. Oh, I almost had this. It's too much of a turn still. Oh, did I stall it? Ah, oh, come on. That was low, too. Low gear. Come on. I gotta ride the clutch more, I guess. Ah, my noisy G25. It's so loud. Not in the middle, but it'll do. Let me back up to the edge or not? I always prefer to do that. No, it won't. It turned white. I always like backing up against the dock. In the new areas of, or new map areas in Euro Truck, they let you do that. Back up to the actual dock, like you're actually going to unload, which is great. But on the stock or in older parts of the map, it's just not the same. You can't do that, so. Alright, what do we get for this? 93 miles. Oh wow, that actually did take more than 2... Did that really take more than 2 hours? I sure didn't feel like it. No, I couldn't have. I haven't been streaming that long. How did it factor in the extra time? Maybe that was the load time or unload time, maybe too. Is it still raining? Yeah, it's still raining. Alright. Ah, I just like this sound. I love the sound. Oh, I've driven on 17 before, I guess. I might leave it here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here, because that was a pretty long haul. And I did drive up the coast before, so there's a lot of stuff up there too, but it's also kind of older parts of the map. Yeah, well, I drove all the way up into Maine. Almost all the way. Apparently I didn't drive up to Holton. I guess that's new. Yeah, because it, like, the map just stopped there. Of course, I had to drive 90 across past Rochester. Did I take 80 all the way across? Oh, this looks like this is being developed out here, too. You could tell because there were parts of the map that were replaced. That's interesting. 76, is that? I wonder if that's new. But yeah, you could tell if I zoom. Well, I can't even zoom out. That's the furthest I can zoom out. I've only explored 22%, not even 22% of everything. But obviously, this is all the SES map over here. Really cool. I've driven this before. It looks like it was, actually, it looks like, holy cow, was this entirely redone? Because those are yellow, the city names, El Paso, San Antonio, Houston. Did I visit those already? Maybe I teleported to them or something. I don't know. Because the map's telling me I visited them, but I don't have any map explored around them. Yeah, so it's so little XP because I also have a mod in that makes the scale 1-to-1, so I only technically drove 93 miles because that's how many miles it was if it were a 1-to-1 scale. Because I just like having an idea of how long the distance really is. So yeah, I just ignore how much XP I actually earn because it's very little. It's like if I were to drive on a 1-to-20 scale for that level of XP, that would have been like a really short drive. Now there's so much other stuff over here that I haven't seen either. I think this is new. Auburn is new. But yeah, you can tell like what we just drove through, right? Was is it 64 here? 44 to 64. So we just went just south of St. Louis. And this is like all pretty barren out here, you know. It's just the basics. It's just to get it all connected, you know. I haven't been to Pittsburgh yet either. It looks very very 18 Wheels of Steel style for a city there. Yeah, so that's why the distance was pretty small because it's 1-to-1 scale. Really, that would have been like Well, take 93 and multiply by 20. So that would have, that would have been like 400. That doesn't even seem right either. That couldn't have been only 400 miles. 93 miles. Oh wait, times 20 would be like 2,000 miles. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, so this is all just connected. This is like earlier versions, or earlier iterations of the map releases that just connected everything. But there are developers that are putting in more detail, like over here in Texas, I think, and Oklahoma. That's just ridiculously. There's so many choices for roads. It's insane. But at the scale, when you start adding this many roads, like you drive down a road for like a minute, and then you come up to another intersection already. So, but it's still really cool. There's just these random like cities. So this is, yeah, I guess this is, this is Colorado then. And yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. A lot of routes that are really straight. That's like perfectly straight there. That's crazy. I guess a little bit of Kansas was done over here. But I want to see this like over here, But it's a really cool map to drive on. I definitely recommend checking it out. You would need a new profile, and then you would select the mod when you're creating the new profile, and then select the map. I think. Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe this one actually would. It would drive you nuts. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Actually, I think for this one you can actually just add it to the profile, and then you can remove it. I don't know if it would break the profile if you remove it or not, but I guess this is one that expands the USA map. So actually, you wouldn't need to create a new profile. Look at this. I wonder what road this is. I have to look that up. I kind of want to go check this out. I'm kind of curious now. We're going to go check that out before we quit. Let's go to, let's see here. Huntsville, Alabama. Actually, I drove through here. This is where, I got to turn off the weather. Ta-da! This is, I think, where the Alabama Space Camp is for kids who want to be astronauts someday or want to get into space. Like my fiance went to the Huntsville Space Academy. Not Academy. I forget what it's called. There it is, I think. Or is this just a truck stop? So there's, I think this might actually be something a little more 3D in real life. Anyway, yeah, I have the power to turn off the weather. Is this it over here, maybe? What is this blimp doing here? I forget where it actually is. Anyway, I wanted to go look at this road. Let's see, where is it? Is it this one? Nope. Nope, gotta go this way. Now this is what I was expecting, kind of more along the lines on the East Coast. More trees. That sign looks a little low. Eek. Could definitely hit that with a. I want to see if this truck makes it under. That looks really low. Oh, I guess it's not that low. Nah. But you have to watch out if you're carrying an oversized. Look at that texture change. I wonder what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be some kind of mountain pass, I guess. Oh, this is really windy. Oh gosh. Yep, there's the mountains. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is really cool. I don't mind those textures as much because they kind of give you a sense of size. Driving through the Appalachians, it's kind of what it looks like. Oh, that's interesting. This is a recent addition, I think, to this mod. Interesting. Huh. This is where it gets a little crazy up here. Oh yeah, look at this. What even is this? Is that supposed to be a waterfall, maybe? What is... This is like... Wow. This is cool. Definitely inspired by some kind of mountain pass. Wow. Almost doesn't seem realistic. Oh, there's some snow at the top even. That's funny. Some fog, I guess, is what that's supposed to be. Huh. There you have it. That's crazy. I wonder if this is really a thing in real life. I guess it is. Holy crap. Yeah. But yeah, well, in Euro Truck, it depends on the area of the map, you know, because Euro Truck was made... Yeah, I'll have to check Google Maps. Euro Truck was made before American, so... American was based off of Euro Truck, too, as well. But, like, the new areas of Euro Truck look nice. But, yeah, if you, like, go to, like, the UK, I think is not the best, portrayal, I guess. It's I would say the UK is probably the weakest area of the map. If not original Germany, which they're working on revamping, which is great. I hope they revamp like the UK, because it's very... Yeah, 2012 for the oldest part is the ETS2. However, sections of those maps came from like German Truck Simulator, I think, and Euro Truck Simulator 1, so even older. Yeah, so like, you can really see the progress when you go from the older parts of the map to the newer parts. I know I say that every time, but it's so true. It's really cool to see how much better SCS has gotten with map development, area development, in just 6 years alone. And even if you look at Euro Truck from just comparing the start of Euro Truck with like the 18 Wheels of Steel series, they've come a long way in just 10 years. So I really look forward to what we see in the future. So, all right, well, I think I'm going to end it here. Thanks everyone who came in, stopped by to say hi. If you're watching this later, thanks for stopping in. If you just came in, I'm sorry, but you'll be able to see a replay if you'd like. So, have a good night, all. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks, Sunlight, for hanging out, as always. And we will catch you guys in the next episode.